whole fitting comes out.
But you can't get to it unless you remove the clutch assembly first.
That's right.
And that ought to take, what, half an hour, 45 minutes?
Shouldn't take any more than that. Oh, Betty, you heard, didn't you? You have to remove the whole clutch assembly first.
Yes, everybody knows that.
Well, these charts make it look pretty easy.
You know, I was thinking about putting these up in the garage. Give the kids something to refer to.
Won't we be taking business away from ourselves?
No, I don't think so. Sort of makes the garage the in place, you know, the center of things.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, now I want to show you the one that's going to make us some money.
Good.
What is it?
Dirt racing.
Aren't all of our models built for dual purpose? Like street and dirt?
Yeah, but I think we should carry a few of these. This is strictly cross-country stuff.
Great.
Well, here we go.
Well, I guess we better start pushing then, huh?
And you know how to do it? The best way? Enter one of them in a race.
You mean one of us ride it?
Yeah, I'll drive. You can back me up.
No, I'll drive and you back me up.
You haven't got any experience.
So? I can drive a bike better than you can.
Who says you can? Listen, I'm the oldest. I drive.
You admit it yourself. You're too old for it.
Hey. Hey, now wait a minute, you two. Now listen. All right.
You're on.
All right, or you can get one of those characters who get a kick out of seeing how close they can come to cracking up. Oh, I didn't know you went in this business to be daredevils. I thought it had something to do with independence and security.
Security? What's that?
I think it has something to do with blankets.
Oh, we selling blankets?
Well, you might have to if you get broken up in a crash.
Betty, have you ever seen a motorcycle race?
Yes, on the news.
Well, they're not quite as dangerous as they look. All that skidding and dirt flying, it's flashy, that's all.
Then why do I see bikes go spilling and the riders go flying through the air?
Hey. With you here waiting for me, do you think that I'm going to do anything that's even the least bit dangerous?
He won't even cross the street without the light.
Hey, it's skill. That's all. The kind of skill you get from practicing. Now those turns, they're skid turns. That's control. That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Then what happens when you come to a turn that you can't control?
Well, what about the tree that falls on you, or the bathtub you slip out of and crack your head? Nothing's really safe, is it?
Oh, Rod, why didn't you go into the stamp business?
Well, we were afraid we'd take a licking. Thank you. Oh.
Now listen. I'm not going to move until I tell you how I feel. I couldn't stand it if anything happened to you.
Happened to me?
Yes.
Hey, anything that happens to me is good. I've got you. I got everything.
Private dining room.
We can spread out here.
And scratch at will.
Maybe you should have gotten out of that sandy bathing suit.
It's my hair shirt. I'm doing penance.
No? Hi.
Hello, Charlie. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. What would you like?
I would like a jumbo combination with cheese on the burger and chili on the hot dog. And may I have both potato salad and coleslaw?
That's all?
And a chocolate milkshake, very thick.
Good. How about you, Mr. Russell? What would you like? I'll have a double bicarbonate on the rocks. Terrific. All right, I'll have a hamburger and a coffee. Anything on it? No. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know what I was pretending this afternoon? That this wasn't a special day at all, that you had just goofed off from work and we decided to spend the time on the beach.
Isn't that what happened?
Not exactly. You had to ask Mom for permission.
Well, that's not so terrible.
I don't like my father rationed.
Makes you appreciate me more. But it works both ways. You know, there's a fellow down at the office said he never really got to know his kids till his divorce. Then he had to spend every other weekend with them. You're right, Carolyn. There's nothing funny about divorce. You're just going to have to make the best of it.
It's a bad scene. Mom and I rattle around that house. And there's no point to the day. I sit there in the late afternoon and wait for the sound of your car in the driveway. And dinner... Oh, well.
Give it time, honey.
The great healer. hasn't taken Mom long, though, to recuperate from her post-divorce blues, or whatever they're called.
I think we should talk about that, about your attitude toward your mother.
Has she been complaining?
Not a word.
Well, I've been a witch. I just can't stand the idea of her going out. It just seems so indecent. You do know she's going out?
Well, why not? She's perfectly free. We both are.
Well, she really seems to like that Dr. Rossi.
I'm glad.
What?
I'm glad your mother's found someone she likes to be with.
Well, I know he's a doctor and everything, but... Well, he isn't at all like you.
I should hope not.
You don't really mean that. In fact, I don't think that either of you are really serious about this whole thing.
Carolyn, your mother and I are divorced.
Oh, I know, but... Well, what's a divorce anyway? It's just a piece of paper. In fact, I know of a lot of couples who've been divorced and remarried. Well, if you really want to know what I think that you two have probably had some kind of communication difficulty, and that if you just sat down and talked things over, you do want to get together again, don't you?
Carolyn.
Well, don't you?
No chance.
Well, I guess it's suck it to me time.
Honey, you're just going to have to accept the fact that your mother and I don't love each other anymore. We're going to have to close the book on that part of our lives and try to find happiness wherever we can. I think your mother stands a pretty good chance of finding it right here.
With Dr. Rossi?
Maybe. At any rate, I think she stands a better chance if I'm not around at all. Peyton Place is a small town.
You're going away.
I'm being transferred.
Where?
Boston.
No.
Hey, where's your cool?
I don't care. I don't want you to go away. I don't want you to leave here.
Carolyn, I'm doing what I think is best for all of us.
Not for me. I'll never get to see you.
Of course you will. There'll be long weekends, vacations. We'll take trips together. You'll get awfully sick of me.
I want to go home.
Excuse me.
What is it?
I brought you some sandwiches and coffee.
I'm not hungry.
But you didn't have any dinner.
That doesn't necessarily mean I'm hungry now.
Well, I'll leave it here just in case.
Jill, not there, please. I need that paper.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was scrap. There's all scribble on it.
That scribbling happens to be the new budget.
Did Mrs. Winter call?
Jill, did you hear the phone ring?
No.
Does that answer?
Do you think she'll be back tonight?
Of course she will be. I am sure of it. Jill, I'm trying to work.
Well, I want to get these letters out tonight.
You mean the fundraising campaign?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted them out today.
Gosh, you didn't tell me that, Reverend.
What do I have to do, Jill? Spell it out?
Well, there must be some mistake. You didn't say anything about getting them out today.
I didn't.
No.
I remember that conversation very clearly. I just finished hanging up the phone on Reverend Payne in White River. I turned to you. You were standing there, right next to the desk. I said, Jill...
No, that isn't true.
It isn't true.
Maybe you thought you told me. Anyway, I'll get them out tonight.
You mean you do the work at your convenience?
I didn't mean that at all.
At any hour of the day or night, huh?
Look, Reverend, I didn't want to come here. I didn't want to make the sandwich. I didn't want to get within 10 miles of your desk. I just wanted to stay in my room.
Why didn't you?
Because I knew it would hurt you.
Hurt me?
You'd think that I was avoiding you because Mrs. Winter wasn't here.
Really? That's what I would have thought, huh? Jill, there is no way you can turn the situation around and make something else out of it. You're negligent, plain and simple. And I've got a lot of thinking to do about you and your job.
You'd fire me.
I have got to think about it. I have an obligation to the church and to the congregation.
That's your decision.
And on the other hand, I can't very well turn you and your baby out in the cold, can I? It's quite a situation, isn't it?
Good night, Mr. Winter.
Jill, we'll work it out.
All right.
But we have to come to an understanding about your duties here. Now, I wanted those letters opened and read first thing in the morning. I plan to follow them up with a phone call. Now the people will be taking off for the weekend. It's a fundraising campaign. Don't you understand? It's critical.
I understand.
I don't think you do understand. I think you're being entirely too casual about all of this. Now, I want you to make the corrections I gave you, type out the envelopes, and leave them for me. I will arrange to have them hand-delivered first thing in the morning.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
What did Joe want? If you like his kind, groovy. But next time you two have a quarrel, count me out, okay?
What are you going to do with that note?
It wouldn't be too long before the police started asking the same questions. Eddie's gone. That leaves Norman and Rita to come up with the answers.
Is this a casual thing, or are you too serious?
I don't think this is any of your business anymore.
Carolyn is my business.